The hardest job in football is when the person's got the ball in their hands. They've got to make the most decisions. So the drill's designed to how can we help the person that's got the ball in their hands to make their job easier. And when we reposition, it's all about trying to, how can I create space for my teammate, or how can us as a team get the ball up the other end of the ground. So from here, it's about coming out of our defensive 50 or our back pocket, and how do we work it to get it up to the wing before we go back and re-enter. And it's all about splitting a defender. How can we work together to beat yourself? Okay, so it's length, it's width, and multiple ways to try and do that. And the option is to, if you see an option, let's take it. Okay, let's not, the longer you take with the ball in your hand, the more the defence can actually close you down. So even the basic drills we do, and strip it right back from this, where I might be working with Tommy and another player, that as soon as I kick it, Tommy's got to turn and hit the teammate just down. Then it comes back, then he's going to turn, hit me. So it's all about the pivoting part of the player in the middle of the drill. So you can strip it, you don't have to take it out to here, you can break it down even further again. So what you've got to realise is the confinements of space, so you might bring them in a little bit and say you've only got this area, well then they might have to go with length. So one's got to come up at the kicker to try and draw the player, one goes deeper. How do you do it with width? So do you come in and block, do you run around, one lead out, one stay? How do you grab a defender? So you can even simplify it even more down to specific parts that hopefully you start seeing when you roll it out into a bigger kick reposition drill. So the rewarding of, okay, well you ran over here to draw a defender, okay, well then Tommy, you got the ball because Callum ran it over. Okay, so that's really important we see with our players. If you recognise the little things they do with that, then it's not always about, I have to have the footy in my hand. I think also as well that even though there's there's 3 less defenders than attackers, that you sort of can pull the defenders aside and say, well, you're still working together as a team as well, as a unit. So yeah, they're probably going to get through you. Percentages probably say that, but it's about how's our spacing, how can we work together to make it as hard as possible for them to move the ball. So you can you continually, even though it's a kicking and an attack drill, you can still have a defensive element to it, as long as you just narrow that focus and say, all right, well, this is just about trying to make it as hard as possible. Try and make them have 10 kicks to get it out there.